Welcome Graviteam Tactics Mice Front players to my Stepanovka Campaign Turn 1 Battle 5. Before we go on to that, we'll have a quick review of Turn 1 Battle 4 Tactical Briefing Map. Originally I thought the arrows just provided information about the likely direction of enemy forces, but on review I realise now that they also give you an approximate deployment area of the Soviet forces. You may remember on the north I sent a squad of infantry into that wooded area and I found the squadron of T-34s. Well, you can see the origin of the arrow is actually in that wooded area, and that's where these units were located. So this is really a very useful piece of information to know when we're setting up our defence, so that we can get it in the right shape, because obviously in Battle 4 I got that totally wrong, but maybe a silver lining to that black cloud. Moving on to today's game, we have our infantry and artillery unit versus the Soviet light AT battery, an SMG platoon and an ATAR platoon. We can expect the Soviet forces to come from the northeast, heading towards Marikovka. The appreciation doesn't reveal too much. The T-junction up north is the likely route of travel of the Soviet forces, but I thought the high ground on the right there was very interesting and would be useful to deploy the artillery on the reverse slope with a spotter up top and perhaps looking down that road to see if we can spot some Soviet traffic. So this is the situation. We believe our Soviet friends will be coming from this direction, from the northeast, and probably from around this area where there's this forest, or tree line I should say, just up around there. So we expect them to come down through this way here. So what I've prepared is there's two groups forward, and that is Hefner's infantry group over this side and Waldheim's troops over this side. So we expect them to come down through here. Let's hope that these guys here can attract their attention by hitting them in the flank. Now if they charge over this way, it's hoped that my mortars and machine guns from here will get them through that gap there. You see my machine guns there, and it covers the front of those houses. So we'll see how that goes. Once they get too close, I'm hoping to then fold these guys back down through here and repeat the process around here, and then keep folding back. Meanwhile, Hefner's over here looking after the farm, and basically the same sort of mission is if anyone comes down this road, he'll be able to have a pot shot at them, make them stop, deploy. Then we'll keep folding back down here, because I'm at this stage don't believe I can hold this key point, but that's the idea. They fold back there. The main infantry company that we have on the map is held by Newman, and I've got him reasonably forward in this area here in all the trees, and my lone anti-tank rifle unit down here in case any vehicles come over the hill. But the idea with these guys is if anyone comes down here, they can hopefully pick them up and slow them down, and then eventually they will fold back through into here. Then eventually, if we have to defend Marinovka, they'll be falling back through these houses here, and we'll see how we go. If they come at us with T-34s, well, I think we're a goner. But that is the basic plan. Also, I've got some trucks from this chap's unit spread around the place so these guys can dive into the trucks and hopefully drive back down there. And I've also got a couple of them placed so maybe if I need to I can use them as reconnaissance vehicles to poke over their nose over the hill or whatnot. I have a very weak infantry squad here, Liebrecht. I'll put him here with the hope of perhaps using him as eyes. As these guys fall back through, they can then hopefully offer a bit of resistance and give these guys a break if we have to fall back all the way here, and presume these guys can somehow survive. Our lone artillery unit is our good old World War I guns again, and I've got them up on this hill, and funnily enough there was a destroyed gun up there, so I presume that must mean it's a reasonable spot that could be useful for artillery. And it does look down this road, so you never know, we might get a chance to hit some rounds off. But the artillery unit, well, two guns have no ammo, and our remaining ones with only got 13%, which is only a handful of rounds. Four rounds, so we've got about 8 rounds. So I'm hoping we might be able to use those to hit mortars or guns with a bit of luck. So I've put Oswald forward. I've taken him off. I thought I took him off. Take him off fire at will. We really want him to stay concealed. We don't want him to get himself shot up because he's supposed to be spotting for our artillery. So I've got him forward, and you probably can't see it here just yet. Oh, I probably can, but I've got my guns just over the hill, just over the crest, so they can hopefully get the command from Oswald and fire. Also, what I'm hoping to do is, these are the guns with no ammunition. I'm hoping to get these guys to dismount from their gun. I'm going to try and use them up here if I can get them to dismount. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. And then they can extend Oswald's communication line. I'm hoping that is the concept at this stage, but we'll see if that works in the game. So that is about it. You can see all our key points down there, and that's basically the plan.
Jürgen, rechte Flanke sichern. Warte. Wenn der Warte. Werde ich wieder Schuster. Schnauze! Ich brauche Deckungsfeuer! Feuer! Feindbeschuss! Wir werden beschossen! Bis zur letzten Tag! Scheiße! Wir werden beschossen! Runter! Du Hund! Du Rosenbastard! Die Russen kommen! Für den Führer! Das ist ein Befehl! Da!
Aber ich aus ist, kauf ich mir einen Hof an der Weichsel.
Die Russen kommen!
Ivan im Anmarsch!
Da!
Ivan im Anmarsch!
Die Russen kommen! Die Russen kommen!
Die haben die Hosen voll.
Die Russen kommen!
Sieht einer was? Lieber tot als...
Kommen! Das ist ein Befehl!
Ilakan?
Gebt mir Feuerschutz!
Ich brauche Deckungsfeuer!
Nimm das, Ivan! Ich brauche Deckungsfeuer! Fahr zur Hölle! Die Russen kommen!
Sie haben ihre Befehle.
Gebt mir Feuerschutz!
Feindliche Infanterie!
Feuer zur Hölle!
Nimm das, Ivan!
Bis zur letzten Patrone!
Stirb, du Hund!
Stellung halten!
Da drüben! Weiter feuern! Macht sie fertig!
Sie haben ihre Befehle.
Feindliche Infanterie!
Stirb, du Hund!
Bis zur letzten
Die
Patrone!
Russen kommen!
Fahrt zur Hölle! Die Russen kommen!
Da drüben!
Ziel erkannt! Da! Stirb, du!
Ivan im Anmarsch!
Verdammt normal! Kämpft! Für den
Stirb, du
Führer!
Hund!
Verreckt, du dreckiger Zu weit! Fahr zur Hölle! Bis zur letzten Patrone! Hund!
Das ist ein Befehl!
Stellung halten, du dreckiger Russenbastard!
Verdammt nochmal!
Sie haben Ihre Feuer! Verreckt, dreckiger Russenbastard! Feuerschutz!
Das ist ein Befehl! Ivan im Anmarsch! Deckung! Stecke fest! Zur letzten Patrone! Sie haben Ihre Befehle.
Da!
Weiter feuern!
Mach doch fertig!
Da!
Ziel erkannt!
Wir stehen unter Beschuss! Verdammt! Wo kommt das denn her?
Die Russen
kommen! Ziel erkannt!
Kämpft verdammt nochmal! Kämpft!
Für den...
Hals rot!
Ivan im Anmarsch!
Was zur Hölle?
Feuer erwidern!
Das ist ein Befehl! Ziel erkannt! Feindliche Infanterie! Ziel erkannt! Die Russen kommen! Die Russen kommen!
Wenn der Krieg aus ist, werde ich wieder Schuster.
Eure Munition.